Imagine trusting a piece of technology with your most sensitive data, only to discover it might have hidden vulnerabilities. That's the kind of scenario that keeps cybersecurity experts up at night, and it's exactly what NVIDIA is addressing as it navigates choppy waters with its H20 AI GPUs in China. The stakes: global digital infrastructure, trust in American tech, and the future of secure computing. On July 14, 2025, the US government made a surprising decision. It reversed the ban on NVIDIA selling its powerful H20 AI GPUs to China. This move sent shockwaves through the industry, sparking a flurry of activity for NVIDIA as it worked to restart supply chains, manage international relations, and process an overwhelming number of orders for these specialized chips. Just how big is the demand? Reports indicate NVIDIA needed TSMC to produce an additional 300,000 H20 AI chips just to meet Chinese buyers' newfound appetite. And this doesn't even account for the stockpile of 600,000 to 700,000 units already waiting in warehouses. But here's where things get tricky and controversial. While the influx of orders is good news for NVIDIA's bottom line, it's raised concerns within the Chinese government. According to Bloomberg, China's Cyberspace Administration recently summoned NVIDIA executives after CEO Jensen Huang held meetings with senior officials. Their worry? Potential security flaws baked into the H20 GPUs. These fears were reportedly fueled by comments from US authorities suggesting that hardware sold abroad could include backdoors or tracking mechanisms. NVIDIA vehemently denies these allegations. In fact, the company doubled down on its commitment to transparency and security in a detailed blog post titled No Backdoors, No Kill Switches, No Spyware, penned by Reber Jr., NVIDIA's chief security officer. He begins by emphasizing the critical role NVIDIA's GPUs play in modern computing, powering everything from cutting-edge research to everyday applications. Yet, despite their importance, some policymakers and pundits have floated the idea of requiring built-in kill switches or remote controls that could disable GPUs without users knowing or consenting. Some even suspect such features might already exist in certain technologies. Reber Jr. makes one thing crystal clear. NVIDIA does not and will never include kill switches or backdoors in its products. Why? Because doing so would undermine the very foundation of cybersecurity. As he explains, embedding vulnerabilities into hardware creates single points of failure and erodes trust in US technology worldwide. To illustrate his point, Reber references the infamous Clipper chip fiasco of the 1990s. Developed by the NSA, the Clipper chip came equipped with a backdoor accessible only by the US government. However, it wasn't long before security researchers discovered multiple ways bad actors could exploit the chip, leading to widespread distrust among users. The lesson from the Clipper chip debacle is simple, yet profound. There's no such thing as a good vulnerability. Once a weakness exists, it becomes a target for hackers, governments, and malicious actors alike. NVIDIA draws parallels between this historical example and current discussions around kill switches, arguing that hardwiring such flaws into chips would be catastrophic, not just for individual users, but also for America's economic and national security interests. Another key aspect of NVIDIA's defense lies in its support for open-source software. Reber Jr. highlights how NVIDIA has long championed transparency, empowering customers with tools for diagnostics, performance monitoring, bug reporting, and timely patching, all with full user knowledge and consent. This approach fosters responsible, secure computing and helps industries stay ahead of potential threats. But when it comes to embedding permanent vulnerabilities like kill switches, NVIDIA draws a firm line in the sand. Comparing such a feature to buying a car with a remote-controlled parking brake in the hands of the dealership, Reber Jr. argues that it's an overreaction with far-reaching consequences. And this is the part most people miss. The distinction between enhancing security through collaboration and introducing irreversible flaws under the guise of control. NVIDIA insists that trustworthy systems are built on principles of openness, accountability, and user empowerment, not secretive mechanisms that bypass consent. The blog concludes with a bold declaration. There are no backdoors in NVIDIA chips. No kill switches, no spyware. That's not how trustworthy systems are built and never will be. It's a statement designed to reassure customers and regulators alike. But does it go far enough? Setting aside skepticism for a moment, it's worth noting that NVIDIA's timing couldn't be better as it ramps up shipments of H20 GPUs to China once again. Still, questions linger. Can we ever truly know whether backdoors exist in our computing hardware? Should companies prioritize transparency over perceived geopolitical advantages? And what happens if another nation follows suit with similar demands? These are complex issues with no easy answers, but they're exactly the kinds of debates that shape the future of technology. So what do you think? Do you trust NVIDIA's assurances? Or do you believe there's more to the story? Share your thoughts in the comments below.